What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TWA Motorsports, and today, yes, we are pulling apart the dually. So you can see we've already made some progress. I'm down here with my buddy Mike, and well, he has to weld because I'm not a welder, and I know he's probably the best welder I know. And so we're down here in his shop. We've already taken the bed off. You can see it over there on the tractor. But at this point, there's pretty much 8 bolts that hold the bed on. Once you get the bed off, we did go ahead and take the tank out, and sorry, I should have probably filmed a little more of that, but 15 millimeters get the gas tank out of the way. There is a plate you can see over there on the ground, like a skid plate that goes underneath it. Those are 13 millimeters, but other than that, 8 millimeters and unplugging all the wiring, and the bed was off. And he has a tractor, so that makes things like way easier. So at this point, we're pretty much ready to cut out the old place, or the old spot where the C-notch is going to go. And this is all we're doing today. We're putting the bed back on. I'm going to do all the lowering at my house, but like I said, I needed him for his welding skills. I am not a welder by any means, nor do I want to be. Well, maybe I want to be, but I'm not. So I think the next thing I'm going to take off is these overload brackets. We're going to get those out of the way because they're going to have to be gone when I do the flip kit. But I think I'll probably just set you guys up on the tripod, and I'll just cut in every once in a while and show you kind of the progress. So now we got all the those snubbers here for the overload springs, got those off. You can see he took a grinder and knocked down all of the spots we're going to be welding, and he also put some weld through primer on. So at this point, I think we're going to put one of the plates up in place, and he's going to tack it in.
Okay, let's tack this in. I mean, I'm pretty confident that we could weld it in, but actually, we need to clamp it down there. The wind's playing a little bit of havoc on me. Feels good, but doesn't work great for welding.
at this point you can see he has it welded all the way around, and then on the inside you got the inner plate in, and now we're putting this guy in to close off the top. Once we do that, then we're going to go ahead and cut the center out, and then we can put in the metal on the center piece, which I don't know, it was laying, oh here it is. So this guy goes in the center once we cut that out, but he's going to finish welding around this and we should be good to cut out the center section. All right, so at this point, he's got it completely welded in all the way around, actually. So looks absolutely amazing. So now I'm gonna spray some paint on it. And unfortunately, we have the other side to do. So it's taken quite a bit of time. This isn't like your regular bolt-on notch like I've done. You guys have seen me do on the Sierra. This is definitely beyond my abilities, especially since I'm not a welder. So thanks to Mike, my buddy, for doing this, because there's no way I could have done this at my house. As you guys know, I do most of my stuff in the driveway anyway, so there'd have been no way. But anyway, I'm gonna paint this and then we're gonna move on to the other side. So at this point, everything is welded in place and looking really, really good. I think it's gonna work really well. What's crazy is he spends 6 hours today welding on this thing, and it's gonna look the exact same. So we're gonna put the bed on now. We still gotta put the gas tank in place, tie up some wires. We're kind of letting the frame cool down. He just got through welding. So gotta put the gas tank back in, which isn't too bad, guys. Putting it back up, put the straps on it. That's pretty much all there is to it. There's two 15s that come in from the bottom side. Obviously, we need to put our filler neck back in place, but we'll do that once the tank's in. And then setting the bed on, and that's probably the easiest part because there's only 8 bolts that hold that thing in. So what I'll do is I'll give you guys a look at it when we get back to the house. I'm gonna go ahead and button all this stuff up, and I think we are finished here. So like I told you guys, when we got back home, we'd take a look at it. And you know, it's crazy to work 5 hours on something and it look no different than when you started. And obviously this is something that had to be done before we could get it dropped. I did wash this thing. It has rained a couple times, but it does look a ton better just being cleaned up. A good hand washing does a great job. But guys, I don't know about, this is one of those things that, like I said, I told you multiple times in the video, and I know it really wasn't a how-to. It was more of just a showing you guys what was involved in getting this accomplished, and it was a feat. I will tell you that this is not a job that, unless you're a pretty decent welder, you can do at your house. I guess if you were a mediocre welder, you could probably get it accomplished, but it is a lot of work. It is probably the most time-consuming to drop one that I've ever dealt with whatsoever. And I think a big majority of that, getting the bed off is probably not that big a deal. You guys could probably do that with a cherry picker by lifting in the stake pockets or even the bed hooks. But once you get that off, there's a ton of cutting involved. There's a ton of welding. These notches come where you have to build them as you go, so they're not really pre-made. Now, they do make a kit for these where they bolt in, but I thought they looked kind of flimsy, to be quite honest with you. And I'm dealing with a different person this time. This is TWA Motorsports. Absolutely great guy. I think he makes some great products. He has one of these trucks, except his is a diesel, and he knows his stuff, guys. So I'm going to be using him because, quite honestly, the half-ton stuff, the Tahoe stuff, the smaller vehicles, those are pretty easy to drop, but there's not a ton of support out here, and he is got it under control. So I will probably be using him for everything. Not only does he have the wheels that I'm wanting, but he has the drop, and obviously we already bought these C-notches from him, and I will list his information down below because like I said, I think that he has got the market cornered when it comes to dropping these things. Now, I know there's a few companies, I think DJM makes some stuff, but after talking to him and him dealing with that stuff, he's really kind of led me in a different direction because of the way certain parts are made. And I just have a ton of trust in what he does. He has done these multiple times, and like I said, I will be listing his info in the description down below. But don't think this is something that you're just going to bolt in like we've done on the green truck and other past projects. It is not that easy. I would recommend, if you're not a good welder, to have somebody that you trusted to weld this thing in. But let me know what you guys think. I know it was a ton of work, and like I said, I'm sorry it wasn't more of a how-to, but it wasn't really meant to be because I'm not doing it. And when I don't feel comfortable doing it, I don't feel comfortable showing you guys how to do it. I just don't. It's something I probably could have accomplished, but nowhere near the results that my buddy has. He's just a way better welder. I will give you guys a little bit of an update. We're looking the exact same here as far as the garage goes. They're supposed to be breaking ground in another week or so. So I don't know, and I don't know how soon this video will go up. I try to film as many as I can when I have the time, but I will let you guys know as we go along as far as the building goes. But if you did like this video, guys, if you like this content, if you like the red truck, let me know. Hit the comments. If you're not subscribed, guys, you got to go down there, hit the subscribe button, make sure you ring that bell icon. That notifies you every single time we drop a new video. And, well, stay tuned to see what we work on next.